So I wanted to do a video of my 2015 Rods and Rides 300 drop seat bobber. I've had this bike for a couple years now. I know when I was looking there was a lot of pictures and not any real detailed look at some of this. So um, hopefully if you're in the market for one or kind of been thinking about it or looking them over, this will help your decision process. Obviously this one is a 300. These are custom built by Rods and Rides. The builder's name is TD, and he can kind of do anything you think of. He'll make it happen. As I said, this is a 300. This particular bike also comes with the combination sprocket, chain driven combination sprocket brake setup. It's got a pretty slick chain tensioner right there. There's your oil tank. There's your starter. If you look up here on the handlebar, there's no wiring whatsoever, no switches, all clean. There's your hydraulic brake, hydraulic clutch. This particular bike also has a speedometer. I think this is one of the options you can get. I like it. It's got about 700 miles on it. This is a 113-inch El Bruto bike or motor, and I had a 124-inch SNS and another bike I used to own, and I love this motor. It's been great. Haven't had any problems with it. It's also mated to a 6-speed El Bruto tranny. See it better on this side. This one has a 3-inch open primary. There's your on-off switch right there. Got forward controls, a 21-inch. The front wheel happens to be a 21-inch. This one also has the optional brakes set up. I think you have to request that. Has the the Springer front end. I've never had a Springer, but I love it. They're fun to ride. It's got particular kind of mirrors on it. Again, those are whatever you want to put on there. Has a hand leather tooled seat. And since this is a hardtail, it usually comes with a spring. I kind of went with got on a website, TC Brothers. Not sure exactly what their website is or what their address is, but they make these little airbags. You can get them single or double, and you can see the air right there. You can put as much air or as little air as you want. So it's still a hardtail. It still rides like a hardtail, but that does help over the springs. Anything you can get, it helps. So this particular paint, it's a candy apple red with ghost flames and sparkle. It's got about a 2.5-inch tank. I'm sorry, 2.5-gallon tank rather. There's the fender and your 300 rear. This is a California registered bike. These are not legal to buy in California, so you got to there's ways you can register these. If you want to reach out to me, I can tell you how I did this particular bike, or how you can if you want one. The carb restrictions are such that for a manufacturer to get these state legal to sell, it's just not even worth it. They do have a 17-digit FIN, which is great. Also easy to register. Once you do register it, no matter where you buy it, and to insure, they come up. Every once in a while, you're going to have some obviously boot marks on your pipe. There's stuff that I use called blue. What was it? I got to remember what it is. Blue Job. That's what it is. Blue Job. Comes in a little white plastic containers. So white powder stuff works great. So Blue Job to get the stuff off your pipe. Anyways, what else can I tell you about this bike? The only problem I've got like I said, about 700 miles on it. The only problem that I've had, and I've had that since I bought the bike, and I'll have it until I fix it, is if you can see, there's not a lot of room between the chain, the fender. So that chain will flex and it'll rub up against that. Those are industrial strength edge guards. Those will last a couple rides, and then you got to replace them. I need to, and I will at some point, trim that back. You got to be careful so it doesn't pop the paint. So I'll go ahead and start it up. There's your on-off switch. There's your compression release. Make sure you hit those before you start them. There's your switch. Give a little bit of fuel. Get my finger off the screen. And there you go. So there you go. There's kind of a walk around of a 2015 Rods and Rides Dropseat bobber. If you have any other questions, or get at me, and hopefully this will help you make up your mind.